So I was actually thinking about the business of day trading in general. And there's a dark side of it that probably you've realized already or you haven't, I'm not sure. But I want to talk about it because it's a dirty side of Forex trading that a lot of gurus are actually taking advantage of. And in this specific video, I want to talk about it, okay? This is not a normal video where I'm gonna share with you graphics and stuff. No, I'm gonna explain to you exactly why you haven't made money in 1, 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years in Forex trading, and how this has been a plan for hundreds, if not thousands of YouTubers, Instagram influencers, and so on, so that you stay broke, you stay failing when it comes to day trading, and how that makes them rich while you are stuck without making money. This video is gonna be hated by a lot of day traders in the world. The reason why I do it is because I don't care about them, and because, I don't know, I haven't made this video. This morning I was actually thinking about it while I was working out, and I was like, okay, this is something that I need to share. So without further ado, hopefully you can watch the entire video because you're gonna learn a lot of dirty stuff that are happening right now in the Forex market, and you can avoid that. But yeah, well, let's go ahead and do that. So literally right now I'm actually switching my office. You can see that everything is empty, like the walls right there. I'm trying to put the bookshelf right there, the side for BLW, and I have a lot of things to do. But yeah, let me know what you think about the new office. Well, it's not a new office actually, I've been here before. But yeah, hopefully you like it. Let's go ahead and begin. Day trading is basically an industry where it allows you to buy and sell positions and make a profit out of it. Well, basically the way the industry works is that you will always have an opportunity to either buy a position at a lower price and then sell it at a higher price. This could actually work with gold, it could work with global currencies, it could work with cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, and so on. There's pretty much no limit as to what you can buy and sell and make profits out of it. So the way it works is that you simply choose an asset or a stock or a currency that you want to trade with. This is Facebook, for instance. And if you think that Facebook will actually jump in price within the next 1, 2, 3 hours, depending on how you trade, and you sell the price at a higher value, then it will basically give you a profit. But you could also buy positions on down direction, which basically you will sell positions at this specific pricing and then you will rebuy them at a lower price and make a profit as well. This is how that day trading pretty much works. So day trading for some people is actually something that it sounds like, I don't know, some sort of the lottery, some sort of an easy way to become rich. It's definitely not, as you can tell already. But I want you to keep in mind that even though day trading has its flaws, has its, its negative sides and so on, it's actually a great way to make money. The only problem is that it's really hard to make money with day trading, not because of the markets, not because of anything, but because of emotions, okay? I've seen a lot of people who have the greatest strategy, who has the capital, who has the patience, the computer and everything, and still they fail because of the mentality. That's it. And so, but don't get discouraged for what it is, and especially for what is coming next on this video. But yeah, this is pretty much what day trading is. The 97% rule. 97% of day traders will actually fail eventually within the first 1 to 3 years. Many people will actually jump into day trading thinking that they could become millionaires, they can actually, make thousands and thousands of dollars since day one, but that's not really the case. 97% of day traders who actually try this business will actually fail, and only 3% will remain profitable. Although this is a massive number to be negative about the industry, one thing that is actually not being told most of the times is basically the fact that this 3% of people who actually makes the money is they don't have any secret or anything extra that they're hiding, and that's the reason why they end up making money. The 97% rule pretty much stands. One of the main reasons why 97% people fail will be because of the mentality. Mentality means everything when it comes to day trading, because you could have the best strategy, you could have the most profitable strategy in the world, but if your mentality is not correct, you're gonna end up losing money regardless of the strategy. One of the things that I've noticed when it comes to day traders, especially when they're beginning, is that they actually jump from one strategy to the other trying to find the best one in the industry, but there's no one best strategy in the industry. There's only one strategy that is going to be suitable for you, and that's the one that you should choose. If you keep on jumping between strategy and strategy thinking that the next strategy is going to be the one that is going to make you rich, you're eventually going to use all of the strategies and you're not going to make any money whatsoever. What you need to do is find the strategy that is suitable for you and then trade with that specific strategy. One example is the support and resistance strategy. This is one of the most common strategies in the world, but there's two uses for this strategy. There's a breakout strategy and there's an actual respecting limits of support and resistance. Both of these strategies actually work with the same structure, but with different criteria. You just need to find which one of the criteria actually it's more suitable for you so that you can feel more comfortable trading with it and you can actually master it. Another example is when it comes to trending. A lot of people would actually say that if you trade against the trend, you're pretty much, trend is your friend, right? So you're trading against the trend and you are increasing the possibilities of losing money. But if you're a scalper trader, then you're probably going to find strategies that go against the trend and are actually profitable. But if you're a day trader and you use for longer time frames, then you're probably going to stick to the trend. Otherwise, you're going to end up losing money. These are just a few examples as to whether there is no perfect strategy at all in the industry. But the 97% people who actually fail in regards to day trading, they usually tend to think that there is one strategy that is the best one in the world. So this 97% rule is obviously not a fact itself. It's not like I have the real numbers and I know exactly how many people trade and so on, but it's a general number that a lot of people actually know. And unfortunately, because of this 97% of number of people who are not making money with Forex or with day trading in general, this is basically when the gurus actually jump and they try to persuade you into the faith that you need to have in order to become a profitable day trader. Now, this 97% rule is not based on the strategies. It's because, oh my God, only 3% of strategies work. No, this 90% rule basically includes all types of traders, including gamblers, including these skeptical people that join expecting that they're gonna lose their money. They lose it. And then they go online like, oh my God, Forex trading is a joke, right? I would say from this 97% of people who don't make money with Forex trading, I would say like 60 to 70% of people are actually traders who end up losing money, okay? So this, 97% like average numbers of people losing money with Forex trading, at least within the first 3 years, is real. But don't get discouraged thinking that, oh my God, only 3 people out of 100 are going to do it. No, I would say 6 people out of the 10 people, maybe 7 will actually lose the money. 3 to 4 people will make it, excluding the gamblers and all the skepticals and those undisciplined people who are not going to follow the instructions. Just want to say that. Don't get discouraged because of that. Gurus in the trading industry are one of the worst enemies to every beginner. One of the reasons why a lot of people would actually fail when it comes to day trading is following the wrong person. And I'm not saying in this part of the video that every single guru that is out there is not good. All I'm saying is that there are many fake gurus out there that will actually sell you the idea that they know about day trading and that they can help you make money with day trading. But in the end, you're going to end up losing money just like they did before they started selling their courses. You can identify an actual guru and a real mentor by simply looking at their lifestyle. If they're selling you ideas when it comes to Lamborghinis, Rolex, money, cash, and stuff like that, they're probably just gurus trying to sell you the wrong idea of day trading. I'm not saying all of the day traders who actually do this, they're gonna be fake, because there are many day traders who make a lot of money and they're trying to, keep a high lifestyle with full of luxury and stuff. But the majority of these gurus that will actually sell you the idea of a luxury lifestyle, they're usually fake. You can actually go into their Instagram accounts, you can go into their YouTube channels, into the Telegram channels and stuff, and you can identify whether the trader is indeed a trader or is simply a guru. A guru will actually sell you a course, sell you a signal, sell you a robot, sell you the idea, but you will never see him trading live. And that's a clear red flag that you're dealing with a salesperson instead of a day trader. You need to look for a day trader that's going to be your mentor, could be either on social media or personally, but you got to see them trade. If you don't see them trade, then you're basically following a ghost. And that's one of the biggest reasons why day trading is a dark industry. You will find blogs on the internet, articles from news and stuff like that. Forbes even mentioning day trading as a risky and extremely risky business. But the truth is that it is risky only if you don't know what you're doing. Robert Kiyosaki said, investing isn't risky. Not knowing what you do is risky. And that's true. When it comes to day trading, obviously there's a lot more risk than there is on real estate, than there is on, buying stocks from the long term and so on. But there's a lot of more benefit as well, and short term speaking wise, right? So you can make a lot of money with the day trading, either Forex, crypto, futures, but you do need to avoid certain risks. And one of the risks is definitely following the fake guru type. Now, this thing with the gurus, man, look, gurus online, I'm not saying all of the YouTubers are fake gurus and stuff, but the majority are. And the thing with these gurus, especially ever since the pandemic, is quite of a crazy business that is booming, and it continues to boom. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, yeah, if this person actually made it within 2 years, I can make it as well. I've seen a lot of YouTubers showing Lamborghinis, Bugattis, and some of them are actually own those cars. I'm not saying they don't own it. All I'm saying is that they're actually selling the wrong idea. One thing that you can tell when people actually is fake or not is when they give stuff away for free. If they don't give this stuff away for free, usually is because they're actually making money, especially if it's expensive what they're selling. It usually is because they need your money in order to continue to share that success life. I'm not accusing anyone right here, but let me give you an example. I've seen a lot of ads on Instagram, on YouTube, or many other social networks, and they were like, oh my God, if you join my Forex course, you're gonna learn the secrets that took me from broke to a millionaire. And when you actually go into the training, you're gonna realize that it costs like $3,000, $2,000, sometimes even $5,000 and so on. And you're like, oh my God, if this person actually needs to sell this for like $5,000, $3,000, imagine if they actually have 20 sales a month, only 20 based on the ads, that's like $60,000 within a month. And with that amount of money, they can show off the life that you actually see. They can travel, they can go business or first class, they can actually buy cars, they can buy watches, they can do a bunch of stuff. If you see them not selling anything and still having the lifestyle, then it's probably a good day trader. That's just like the final proof. All of the stuff that I have are 100% free, for instance. Why? Because I don't need the money, because I make my money through day trading. I'm not a billionaire, and I have good months. I remember I had a month with 150 grand. Then I had a month for like 25%, $25,000, and makes a whole difference. During that month, I couldn't travel as much as I wanted, and during the month of actually 2021 and 2022, which were my the best years, I traveled a lot, I purchased a lot of things, and so on. I bought a couple of apartments, I bought a beach house, land, and so on. So it's a whole different game. While If you actually get to see these people and they sell a bunch of stuff in order to maintain their lifestyle, that's when you realize they're not real traders. Another clear sign that you can have is the consistency. I trade every single day. And I'm not comparing to anyone. All I'm doing is giving you examples, right? So I trade every single day live with the people inside of my BLW Signals group. And pretty much we see each other, we talk to each other, and we actually see the movements of the day while we are in a call. It's not like you see me every 2 weeks in a video showing a bunch of cash and stuff like that. No, you see me trading every single day. And like I said, if it's free, because I do have a paid version for like $29 a month. A lot of people ask me like, oh my God, why don't you give it away for free? I do give it away for free in exchange for something. I'm gonna have links, by the way, in the description of this video. But basically is because I don't live off of that money. And if you see someone selling something for like $3,000, $2,000, then you already know that that money is actually gonna go to their lifestyle so that they can repeat the process next month with the money that they actually use, like they got, from selling courses and stuff like that, robots. Then they're gonna actually create more content, making you think that they are day traders. Just wanna say that front. But before I continue with the content of this video, I just want to give you a warm invitation to trade live with me every single day. Yes, I'm not a fake guru, and I do have a free and live Telegram channel that can allow you to make money live with me and with my team, who is right here. Basically, the way it works is that you got two options. You can join by joining a membership plan for $29.99, or you can get it 100% free following the steps on the link below. The way the group actually works is that we actually share our screen, because that's what we do. We share our screen and we trade 100% live. I actually share a Zoom link every single morning and share with you exactly how we're trading. We usually get 2, 3, 4 to 1s, even 5 to 1s in some days, as you can see. And all of this, we do it with screen sharing. Yep, a fake guru will never do this because they're afraid that you actually get to see that they don't trade in real life. But if you want to be part of my social group, all you got to do is go to the links in the description of this video. This is the website for the paid version. You can get a simple plan for $29.99, or you can get a whole year 100% free following the other link that I'm going to put in the description and in the first comment of this video. When starting an actual business against starting day trading, there's a lot of differences that you need to consider. And this is not to compare which is the best business. This is only to share with you the idea of how hard it is to actually start an actual business and how hard it's also to start day trading. In the end, both of them actually have risks and both of them have actually responsibilities. But so I can give you an idea, when you're trying to start an actual restaurant, there's an average that typically ranges from $175,000 to $750,000. Obviously, these are general numbers. You can start with a lot less, but definitely this is something that you need to consider as an initial amount. So to start a restaurant, around $200,000 and you're good to go. If you want to start a clothing business, like a clothing store and stuff, it says that you could start with $500 to $1,000, but that's going to be for online sales and probably very, very low amount of profits. Now, $5,000 to $50,000 for private label brands with inventory, which will basically allow you to get a lot more margin of making money. And yes, it is a good business, both the restaurants and the clothing store, but you get to see exactly what's the profit, what's the investment that you need to put. Now, if by any chance you want to start like I did when I was younger, and you want to start a call center, we're talking about $5,000 to $10,000 to over $150,000, depending on what is it that you want. Why? Because you need to pay employees, you need to pay for softwares, for systems, and so on. And if you go to day trading, then you can start with as little as $500 to $2,500, and I would say even way less than that. With only $100, you can actually start doing day trading and make way more money than with the other 3 businesses. So that's something that you got to keep in mind. When you start an actual business instead of going to day trading, which is completely possible, I already mentioned a few differences, but one of the main differences that I consider to be there is basically the time. And so when you're actually doing a business, and this is actually pure psychology, if you ask me. This is psychology. Why? Because if you're in a normal business, let's say, because you're busy, you think that you are doing a lot more. When it comes to day trading, if you only trade for like 30 minutes like I do every day, then you might think that you're not doing enough, that you can do more. And if you do more, you're gonna make more money, right? And that's a huge difference with an actual real business or like a normal business, like a shoe store, like a restaurant, like a whatever. Because in those businesses, yes, you do need to do more in order to make more money, right? You need to work more, maybe add more hours, add more inventory, maybe open wider schedules and stuff. But when it comes to day trading, that is not really the case. As a matter of fact, with day trading, I would always consider the less you trade, the more profitable you can be. Because you are a lot more selective when it comes to the trades that you're going to be placing. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be half hour. It could be a couple hours, but it's not going to be 8 hours a day. If you're going to be trading for like 8 hours a day, make sure that that's actually one or maybe two trades that you're following up within the day. But if you're placing 20 trades a day, then you're not a trader, you're a gambler. So this morning, for instance, we had a session where we hit a 5-1 and it was like 9 minutes or something like that the trade actually took like a 3-1 or something. Then I told people I'm out of all my positions, but if you want to continue, just move your stop loss to break even and then leave it running for the rest of the day. 2 hours later, it hit the 5-1. Some people actually got the 5-1. I got out of 2.5 to 1 risk reward. I was happy with those results. And so if you notice, the less it took, it was like 9-10 minutes. And the highest time that it took, it was like 2 hours. As long as you actually find that difference within having a normal business and a day trading career, you're gonna realize that you don't have to do much. Now, obviously, if you want to be more busy or stuff, you can start a side business. You can do affiliate marketing. I do affiliate marketing. You can just don't do something that is related to trading. Don't go like, oh my God, I'm gonna trade Forex in the mornings and futures in the afternoons, because that's trading. So you're just gonna be overwhelmed and gambling. So my biggest recommendation to you is that if you want to do something extra with your day, make sure you do something related, something that you're expert. Write a blog talking about what is it that you do, help others, and share some links that are affiliate links. That way you can make some extra income, extra commission on something that you are already an expert on. It's way different than not trading and then trying to sell something in exchange for money. So hopefully that makes sense. Right now I actually got to go pick up my girls. Today Real Madrid is actually playing, so I'm gonna get one of my like hundreds of t-shirts that I have right here. You see it? I have like 25. So I'll choose one. I'm gonna go pick up my girls, continue with my day. Making profits versus being rich is a huge difference. One of the main things that I hate in regards to this industry is that the majority of the gurus try to keep you profitable, but never rich. What I'm trying to say is that if let's say that you need $300 to $1,000 to live off the month and not to have a job or anything, basically they will try to keep you on that track, like making $300, $400, maybe next month you can make $500, then $200, and you're surviving with certain profits, which is okay. But the truth is that behind this industry, there's a lot of rich people. When I say rich, I'm talking about over $300,000, $400,000 a year. You can make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month, and you can actually live a rich life. But when you get the wrong idea from traders, from people all over the world trying to tell you that when it comes to day trading, you need to make a steady small income in order for you to be really a day trader, I think they're selling you the wrong idea. And I'm not saying in this part that you should risk more than you can afford to lose, but the truth is that you could be making a lot more than this. Obviously, you gotta risk more. Let me give you an example. I started a $500 account and took it all the way to $27,000 was the limit. Then I withdrew most of that money and took a trip. $500 is not a big amount of money to start. Yet I was able to take it to almost 30K just by trading within like 3 weeks, 3 weeks and a half or something like that. I did all of this 100% live. And this is something that you should be targeting as well. I'm not saying risk all of your money in one trade. All I'm saying is that instead of targeting 1 to 2% a month, you could be targeting 10, 20% a month. And that will make a huge difference. Now, these gurus will tell you that making $10,000, $20,000, or let's say 10%, 20% a month is something that is too crazy. But the truth is that it is possible as long as you are able to risk and manage your profits and your losses as the way I teach you pretty much. The way I teach you is go always for 3 or 2 to 3 to 1s on every single trade, which basically means you're going to be risking 1%, you're going to be trying to make 3%. And if you're able to do that, when you win one trade, you have the window to lose 3 trades in a row, which usually doesn't happen. So at the end of the week, you could potentially be making 6, 7%. So that will bring you to 30, 35% at the end of the month. Now, one thing that you need to keep in mind, and this is possible. A lot of people are doing it. You're not going to do something that never has been done for a lot of people. But if you keep thinking of the idea that you only need to make 1 to 2% a month, it's basically so that you can continue on their signals group, you can continue on their mentorships, and you can continue circling within products online, trying to teach you that you cannot make too much money. And like gurus prefer that you make some profits, but you don't become rich, because once you become rich, you are going to leave them. And that's what they don't want. Now, the reason why I think for a guru is way better if you only make profit instead of being rich is because the more it takes you to actually get to a financial freedom, the more you're going to trust their advice. Some people ask me sometimes in the groups and the Telegram and stuff like that, they go like, oh my God, Chris, I got all of these questions and I got like 10 questions in one post this morning. And I'm like, man, come on, just look for the information online and then come and trade. And they were like, oh my God, that's rude. Like, you're not helping people. I am helping people. I have like 1,000 videos on YouTube teaching all my strategies, all my tips, all my tricks. I have a free academy. I have everything. The reason why I don't keep on holding your hand is because I'm not depending on your ignorance in order to make money. Now, these gurus, they're gonna go like, oh my God, I'm gonna answer every single question you have. Of course. They're selling you something. I'm not selling you anything. All I'm telling you is, this is what I do. I'll continue to do it, and you can do it with me. Chris, but this is too hard, then don't do it. Chris, but you didn't explain well, then you didn't understand well, because everything is explained. Chris, but you need to help more. No, I don't need to do anything. I do my own money. So there's a huge difference between like just being profitable than being rich. I want you to be rich. That's why a lot of people are like, oh my God, 1-2% is good a month. And I'm like, that's garbage. Really, it is trash. I would suggest you to go with at least 10 or 20% per month. Oh my God, Chris, that's risking a lot. Yeah, the business is risky, but you might as well just risk, I don't know, 20% of your balance every month than risking 2 to 3%. Like, if you have $1,000 in your account, you're gonna be risking 1%, that's $10. And if you're gonna be making $10, $20 a month, you better just go work at McDonald's, man. Like, really, there's no difference. However, if you're able to make 20, 30% a month, then you're making $300. The first month, probably you're not gonna withdraw any money. But within 6 months, probably you're gonna be like around $10,000, $10,000, $15,000. Now you can withdraw 5 grand. Next month, make another 5 grand, and so on. You can live better with 5 grand than you live with $20, right? Gurus know this. They do. And I'm okay with you risking 1 to 2% if your account is $200,000. There's a huge difference between trading with $200,000 than with $1,000. We're gonna talk about how you can trade with 200 grand with very little money, just a little bit, but you do see the difference. And so unfortunately, some of these gurus, not all of them, but some of these gurus are pretty much recommending you something they don't do. because some people ask me like, how much you risk? I'm risk 5 to 10% per day. Yep, per day. Because what? Look, I brought a $500 account to like $14,000, then to $27,000, withdrew some money, went to Miami, took a full vacation, came back, burned half of my account, brought it back, and that's the way it is. Look, when you're trading Forex, it's not like you're pretty much, I don't know, it's not real estate. Okay, it doesn't have to grow 5 to 10% a year. Okay, we're talking about a business that needs to generate the money fast, bro. Like, this is a business. Try to make it fast. If you have a restaurant, you want to have as many customers as possible. If you have a day trading business, you want to make as much profit as possible. That doesn't mean place more trades. It means being more accurate on the trades that you take, on the very few trades that you take, and you aim for something good. Aim for 2 to 1s, 3 to 1s. You risk 3% per day on one trade. That's 3%, that's pretty much nothing. And if you're able to make 9% a day, you're able to make 3 days that in a row, that's 20% of your profits. Obviously, with a funded account, you can't do that. But like I said, that's a whole different story. But I believe this is the reason why being profitable versus being rich is something that gurus don't actually mention. Chris, you're telling me to risk too much? Don't be in this business. Only risk what you can afford to lose. If you can't afford to lose $300, don't trade with $300. If you're not willing to risk anything, don't trade. Don't trade at all. Because this is a very risky business. There's a huge chance that you can lose it all, but there's also a chance that you can multiply that by 10. So if you start with $3,000, there's a chance that you can lose those $3,000, but there's also a chance that you can make those 3,000 into 9, those 9 into 27, those 27, and so on. So hopefully this is making sense. Following up on this part, if you want to be rich, you got to start with very little money. And let me say this up front. The fact that you are starting with very little money, that doesn't mean that it's going to take you forever for you to become rich. What I'm trying to teach you here is that you can actually start with very little money, because that's going to play very little with your emotions. Let me give you an example. If you have $3,000 to invest, don't invest the $3,000, because that's the maximum that you can risk, and it's going to make you emotional. But if instead you risk $500, then you divide that initial investment into 6 opportunities that you have in order to turn that account into thousands of dollars. If the first time that you actually deposit the $500, you end up losing that money, you still have $2,500 to reinvest. You invest again $500 up until you're able to take those $500, let's say, to $3,000 one more time. That way you doubled up your initial investment and you didn't risk your entire investment. And trust me, trading is going to become way easier when you trade with less than the money that you were thinking that you were going to invest. This can work for $100. This can work with $200, $300, doesn't matter. Obviously, if you have $10,000 to invest and you want to invest with $2,000 at the beginning, you can do it. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you're not supposed to put all of the money that you're able to invest into one single trading account. The way I do it, or the way I would do it if I would need to start over one more time, it would be, let's say I have $2,000 to invest, I would invest $500. I would try to take those $500 to $2,000 and then withdraw at least my initial $500. I would trade with the house's money, $1,500, and try to take that to bigger numbers, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. And then my trading career has actually started. And I was never emotional because I didn't risk the entire amount of money. Let's say that I had the $2,000, I put the $500 in, and I lost it all. I put one more time, $500, try to do it again. Then again, I can go ahead and take, if I lose it again, I take $500 and then I will do it. If you don't do it within the first 3 attempts, you're probably not following the strategy properly, or you're risking too much, you're entering too many trades. There are many scenarios that can actually take you to whatever mistakes that you're making. I would suggest you to go to blwtradingacademy.com and take my free training in order to avoid initial mistakes. But this is exactly what I would do. If I take the 500, let's say to $10,000, and then I lose it all, I didn't lose the $10,000, I lost $500. So when you play with the house's money, you're not losing money. You're losing the house's money, which is okay. You're not emotional. So this is my biggest advice. Start with very little money and that will make you rich. If you start with whatever amount that you have saved the last 6 months, you saved money and then you put all of the money, it's gonna make you so emotional that you're gonna end up blowing your account. Now there's one little thing that I want to mention on this part is that yes, a fall is inevitable. We all have to face the fact that eventually we're gonna have to fail. There's no questions about that. We are going to fail. I don't know what to put this. We are going to fall. We're going to fail eventually as well. We are going to get desperate and we're going to get negative. And yeah, it's inevitable. Hopefully it doesn't happen to you or already has happened to you. And that way you can be wiser, you know, with your mistakes. But if it hasn't happened to you, just make sure you understand that it is going to happen to you. But because you fall once, that doesn't mean that you're going to keep on falling. And one of the hardest things to do, like I mentioned, is not reaching a profitable level, but you're gonna fall from that profitable level as well. I remember back in 2016, I brought a $20 account to $300. To me, that was a lot of money. I could live a month with that amount of money. And then I lost like almost all of it and I had to start over. And I realized my mistake and I was more careful with my account and so on. But the point is that reaching that high level is awesome. It's hard and it's really good, but keeping that level is the hardest thing on this business. Just because you actually made some money, that doesn't mean you're gonna continue making that money. Keeping that in mind is gonna keep you realistic and is gonna keep you cautious, because that's basically the most important thing. Okay, so keep that in mind. And I guess the final question is, Chris, should I start day trading? My answer is absolutely. Yeah, go ahead and start. There's no reason why you shouldn't start. Okay, the worst thing that could happen is that you lose 1, 2, 3 accounts. Just like I said, don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Just invest what you think it's like what you can lose entirely, and it's not gonna affect your life. Usually you can take that money from ordering fast food, drinking Starbucks, buying stuff that you don't need, like a new cell phone. I need the new iPhone 18 Pro Max. You don't need that crap, man. Like, I have the iPhone, I think this is the 14 or 13, 14 I think, I don't remember. It's been like 3 years since I haven't bought a phone. It's good. It receives the messages that I need. It makes phone calls. I can watch YouTube in it. I don't need a new phone. You don't need that new phone either. Okay, buy only what's necessary, and trust me, you're gonna have enough money in order to invest. Once you actually invest the money, know that you can lose that money. It's not gonna affect your life. And another thing that I want to recommend you is go ahead and take my free academy. Okay, blwtradingacademy.com. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put the link in the description. Sometimes I forget, but just look it up. blwtradingacademy.com. It's 100% free. Take it. Okay, it's just basic training, but if you're beginning, that's going to be valuable information. And if you don't feel like trading alone, you already know you can join me. First, there's the free Telegram channel below, and second, you can be part of the BLW Cygnus group. Okay, you don't have to trade all by yourself if you don't want to. If you can just trade by yourself, go ahead and do it. I have a lot of people who actually joined the Cygnus group, became really good at what they do. They left the Cygnus group and they're still around commenting on videos and stuff because they are already a good profitable traders, and they continue to be in the community. They're just not part of the Cygnus group. Maybe the Cygnus group can actually give you the head start. So having said that, I just want to wish you the best. Just wish you to be careful in this industry. There's a lot of sharks, and we wish they were filtered and so on. I have strikes on my YouTube channel, videos being removed with strategies, with live trades and so on. And sadly, I haven't seen any of those fake gurus being removed and stuff. It's not something I can control, but it's kind of sad. But there's gonna be always good information. Even on those channels from gurus, you don't need to buy their stuff, but you're gonna find good information in some of them, and you can obviously take advantage of that information as well. So I want to wish you the best with the bottom of my heart, and if you have any questions, you can just let me know in the comments. You can also contact my support team. I have a support team for like 8 hours a day, usually Eastern time, morning time. If you go to my Telegram channel, you're gonna find posts to my free products, to the support channel, everything. So yeah, just wanted to wish you the best. Hopefully I can see you somewhere there. And man, I'm happy to make this video. This is not a video that's supposed to go viral because I show big numbers and stuff, but it's probably the video that is gonna make you switch your mindset and say like, oh my God, I have been making this mistake. So as long as 1 or 2 people can get the benefit of changing their lives out of this video, my goal is reached. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Smash the like, be subscribed for more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day.